Hi folks, I'm Frank Connors again. Today I'm reading from Speaking Frankly. Welcome back. Good to see you. And I'm reading something called Going to the Drive-In. Don't we all remember those sweet summer evenings, getting into the car, going to the drive-in? I mean, the windows were down, the breeze that washed your face from every side was so warm, so delicate, so nice, it only added to the excitement of the event. And yes, going to the drive-in was an event. The kids in our family totaled 5 to 7, depending on the year and depending on who was in college and who wasn't. Going to the drive-in was central to our summer survival, or at least to my mother's survival. If it was a summer weekend, and if it wasn't pouring rain, chances are pretty good we made it to the mobile movies. Where else could a car loaded with people find a show and hours of entertainment for just a couple of bucks? There was a gallon-sized glass jar full of chocolate chip cookies. There was a stack of cups, a jug of water, or a favorite jug of Kool-Aid. Remember Kool-Aid? Sometimes, too, we added a picnic basket with sandwiches, bananas, even apples. There would always be blankets to share with my brothers. The sisters had to carry their own. And we all had our pillows that no one shared with anyone. There was always a bit of jockeying, lobbying, and politicking to score one of those cherished seats on the front. Mom always had the spot at the steering wheel, of course, but there was always room for 2 on the bench seat beside her. The issue that always popped up was whether or not there was room for a third kid in front, and if so, who was it going to be? Near our birthdays, we always tried to catch a break, but as luck would have it, all of my brothers and sisters' birthdays fall from between July and October. All 7 of us. What are the chances of that? We were not above bartering cookies for that cherished 4th seat, or playing tricks, or making secret alliances that could better our chances. I always knew which sister to sit behind and just where to breathe or to lean to pull her hair in hopes that I might be moved forward. It was not uncommon during the high season to carry chairs from home and sit in front of the car to watch the show. But Mom was always pretty nervous about us doing that, and we could never count on the evening being mosquito-free. It was always a question of choices. Brunswick had 2 drive-in theaters when I was growing up. The Bowden Drive-In was located where Walmart is today, and the Brunswick Drive-In out on Old Route 1 about where Grant Road joins that road today. If that selection failed, or those selections failed, there was always the Lisbon Drive-In over at Lewiston, or was it the Lewiston Drive-In over in Lisbon? Mom didn't like the Lisbon Drive-In much. She used to say that the crowds over there were a little bit rough. We always tried to get to the drive-in early. Mom liked a spot near the front and on the line with a snack bar. We intended to use the swings, the slides, and the ropes under the screen until it got dark. And even in those days, she didn't much like us being far from her sight. She always insisted that we stick together, and we never knew when she would be checking. Yes, we also had to be on a quick straight line to the snack bar because that was where the restrooms were. The sisters always had to use the restrooms, and they always wanted a brother to walk with them. That was okay because we got to hang near the door and watch the people come and go for the snack bar. The popcorn always smelled best right there at the snack bar door. And finally the headlights started to play on that huge white screen towering over us, and the horns started to blat all around. We'd join the herd of youngsters running back to our cars, skipping over the gentle mounds to where we all had parked, ever mindful of the cords that connected the cars to the sound. It was never good to hook a cord and pull at a stranger's windows. Moments like that could end badly. There was always another last attempt to jockey for a better seat, and then we'd all settle in for the cartoons, the coming attractions, and finally for the feature film. Most of the time, we did only the first feature, Mom always saying that we needed to get home and to get our rest. It would be years before I realized there might be another reason. So last summer, our daughter Abby and I were talking about summer entertainment, and we both realized that she, soon to be in her last year of college, had never been to a drive-in theater. First I was surprised, then I was perplexed, and then I went to work on a solution. Do you know the only drive-ins left in Maine today are located in Bridgeton, in Skowhegan, in South Portland, and Saco? Those huge flat screens that used to dot fields all over our state are all but gone, sacrificed to the TVs, the video games, and the DVDs of today's world. I made a personal pledge and said to her, before another year went by, we should find a theater and get her to a drive-in. But it was too soon the last night of summer before Abby went back to school. Well, Dad, she said with a hint of sadness and disappointment, I guess we didn't get to a drive-in this summer either. So I considered the challenge for a second. It was mid-afternoon and we were both deep into other projects. Hey, said I confidently, you be ready in an hour. I made a couple quick phone calls and soon we were on the road, speeding the 64 miles towards Skowhegan. Abby and I got there just as the sun was washing off the screen and the cartoons and short subjects were starting. We tuned my truck radio to the movie, which turned out to be something just a little bit less of what I really wanted to watch with my daughter. And yes, we did skip the second feature too. But guess what? We had a great evening together, talking about my brothers and sisters, talking about my past, and about her future. We shared sodas, a jumbo candy bar, and an overpriced bag of slightly stale popcorn. We borrowed a bottle of Windex and a roll of paper towels from a complete stranger so we could wash my windshield, and we joked as the little kids in pajamas passed us on their way to the restrooms. We realized that today a hot dog costs more than a movie used to cost for a whole car of people. We drove home with the windows down and noticed the moon for the first time in months. I realized that we were sharing one of those moments that both of us might smile about for the rest of our lives, and I realized that neither one of us do that often enough. So this summer, I hope we get to a drive-in theater again, and we'd love to see you in the next car over. Thanks for listening.